so then like we had like Blizzard guys give me like, you want a free copy of the game so you can play it and not get booed? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Not that I ever claimed it, but we're working on it. That's all I can say. But there's this this. Yes.
Hello. I know there's some companies that we work with. You guys plan to play JoJo?
I think it'll be difficult because I think Bandai has the major rights for that. Yeah. Hi.
I know that there was already Nendoroid motifs for like the Girls and Panzer series. Is there gonna be like any more like additional characters in the regular Nendoroid sizes?
You know, I haven't heard anything yet, but like Girls and Panzer is so big in Japan right now, so there's always a possibility, but I haven't heard anything in the pipeline for more Girls and Panzer. Yeah. No problem.
Off the top of your head, other than the licenses to print money we know as Saber and Hatsune Miku, who do you think might be your third biggest seller?
I think anything Nintendo right now has been like really big for us. I think that's one of the big reasons why we're still making so much more Nintendo products. Lots more Link, like Kirby stuff. You know, like you saw, we've got a couple more of those coming down the works. They're working on a lot more. They're really working on trying to bring a lot more of our Nintendo products and kind of video game products to more of a mass market too for the casual fans, people who maybe aren't a hardcore collector, but just, hey, that looks cool, I'd like to buy it. I would say that would be like maybe our third biggest right now. Yeah.
Actually, my question has to do with Nintendo.
Oh yes.
Any other licenses you'd want to see? It'd be cool to see Xeno's Saga and, of course, a Nendoroid of Sirius Samus, or some figure based on the Justin Bailey outfit from the original game.
Oh, that'd be cute. I mean, personally, I'd really like a Nendoroid Princess Peach to go with like Mario and Luigi. I think that would be really cute. Yeah, I think that would be my choice. If I had any hand in like choosing things, that would be it. Before it was Zelda. Before I was like, guys, we need to make a Zelda. And they were like, do you think so? And I'm like, duh. And then they did, and then they were like, oh hey, that's a good idea.
So I know about all the new Haikyuu releases like Bokuto and Kuro and all like that, but what about Yamaguchi?
I have not heard anything yet. But go on our Facebook and make a post and get all your Haikyuu friends into it.
Like, because I know like Haikyuu's like the big hype right now.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like Yowamushi Pedal got pushed to the side also.
Oh,
like I know
yeah.
there's Baki-chan and Oda, but like where's everybody else?
I know, right?
Where's,
I got recently into Yowamushi Pedal. I like literally went and got my bike out of my parents' house the moment I started watching it, and I'm like riding my bike going hime. Yeah.
Actually, I have two questions. One is regarding the white kits that
Yeah.
seem to show up on the Japanese site but never on the US site. Will those ever come to the
I think at this point it's a matter of licensing, that they're for Japan only, but it's also because if we want to have it for like US or like a global license, we have to pay more. And so I think their concern is that there's not going to be enough of demand in other territories. So again, make that Facebook post and like demand it. And then we do occasionally sell them for the Racing Miku. So like when those come out, like get those too. So that way when those come on and then they start selling like hotcakes, then they're like, oh, hey, let's totally sell those other places. Because otherwise it's really difficult. Yeah.
And the other one was, I recently saw the Dota 2 Nendoroid.
Oh yeah, aren't those so awesome?
Are they getting a regular release on the site or no?
I know nothing. I haven't been able, like literally, like my team's been like, don't say nothing because you don't know nothing. And I'm like, I know nothing anyways, so that works. So yeah, if anything, bug Dota. Do the same thing, but on Dota's like Facebook page or Reddit. They live on their Reddit subreddit. Like it's so awesome. Like we'll get messages from the Valve team, and they're like, look, people are commenting on the Nendoroid on like the subreddit. And I'm like, I love you guys. Valve is amazing, by the way. Like they've been like the greatest license holder that we've been working with, and they are like huge fans of Good Smile. They came to us. They like went to our booth at New York Comic Con and were like, let's work together, and we were like, yeah. So Valve's awesome. So buy everything. Yeah. That way Valve can be like, thank you, Good Smile. We'll be like, thank the fans.
I noticed at WumpFest you announced Mazinger Nendoroids. First off, why did you do those? I'm just very curious.
I think it just might have to deal with like, they're popular in Japan.
And also, do you have any plans to release more giant robot Nendoroids?
I have not heard any of that yet. Yeah.
Hello.
So,
I work freelance with some of the Western Vocaloid companies, and I was wondering what would be the best way to talk to you about future collaborations? Would it just be downstairs in your booth, or because we're not really ready to do anything, but we want to kind of open the means of communication. I've tried contacting the Japanese company, and they've never emailed me back.
I think at this point we're being like really delicate about who we're going to work with, especially with collaboration stuff, because we have to maintain our relationship with Krypton.
Absolutely.
So it's a little difficult, I'd say, but come by the booth and come see me.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
My question was actually about Dota, but I'll rephrase. Is there any chance you guys can do more like Valve stuff, like the Team Fortress merch would be awesome?
We are totally working on lots of Valve stuff.
So just,
but I don't know what we're working on.
Oh, okay, so just keep posted about it?
Yeah.
Hi.
What's up?
So I was really excited to see that you guys announced some Boku no Hero Academia Figma.
I'm like super obsessed with that show right now.
It's great.
I watched it in a whole day and then made my boyfriend watch it the whole next day, and we were like laughing like every single time at like every beat per joke. It is fabulous. Go watch My Hero Academia. Right when you're done with this panel, just like log on to Funimation, go do it. You'll trust me, you'll love it. It's amazing, it's the best. Yes, I'm so excited that we're making those. We need an All Might Nendoroid. I want an All Might Nendoroid so hard. I want both versions. Okay, I'll keep going if I keep going.
So I guess my question is, you guys only announced male Nendoroids for that? And I'd really like to see some of the girls done as well. Do you think there's any chance of that?
I think there's a good chance, but the way that like a lot of times when we make stuff like this, if like the first initial characters don't do so well, they won't continue with subsequent characters. So definitely pre-order these new ones that are going to be coming out once they're out for pre-order. That way they can see that it's like, oh, hey, there's demand. Like people really want these. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much.
No problem.
Apologize if this is a repeat. I wasn't beginning with the Q&A. I started collecting like scale figures about a decade ago here because I saw Otakon from Gunbuster. I was like, oh wow, I have not seen anything like this in ages. Kind of picked up and went from there. But in the past decade, like the number of classic characters, anything, is extraordinarily slow. I was wondering, is that the kind of thing where licensing gets in the way, or it's simply the perception of popularity?
I think it's so the way that like fan trends are in Japan, because when figures are made, most figure companies go based on what are Japanese fans gonna buy, because out of a worldwide like the entire world like percentage, like it's like 85% of sales are all based out of Japan. So even if you could say like this particular series is ridiculously popular in the US, if fans in Japan don't care about it anymore, they're not gonna really focus on it. More and more, we've had a lot of like US influence in a lot of our titles. For example, we're making like Naruto Nendoroids that are actually not available in Japan. They're available everywhere else worldwide, but not Japan. So that's been like a big Western influence. But Japan is really quick to take a show and not even deem it classic, just deem it old. So it's really difficult to get them to do kind of these older licenses. Like I mentioned earlier in the series, in the panel, like we Cardcaptor Sakura. For Japan, they considered it like, that's really old. I even brought up earlier on, like when I first started working with Good Smile 4 years ago, I brought on like, oh, we should maybe do more stuff from like Suzumiya Haruhi because so many people really like that show. And they were like, but that's old. And for us, it's not old. For us, it's still relatively new. You know, yeah, it came out in like 2007, 2008. So it's not an old show for us here. And you know, if we do stuff from like, say, like Fullmetal Alchemist, for us, for Good Smile, that's an older show. But the fans coming in and giving that demand, that's why we're making that Nendoroid now. We're making an Edward Elric Nendoroid because the fan demand is coming in so strong. Lately, you have a bit of a resurgence in Japan of fans who were liking these classic merchandise. So like you mentioned Gunbuster, we just made a Nono figure from Diebuster. And so it's not as old as Gunbuster, but that's still kind of old for Japan, and even that was still kind of a semi-risk for them. But if it does well, then it gives them kind of the initiative, thank you, to want to make more of these characters. Yeah.
I'll just point out that a lot of us, you know, have been working full-time jobs for...
That's what I keep telling them. That's what I keep telling them. I was like, yeah, they're older fans, but they're older fans who have money now. You know, compared to like the younger fans that are like, hey mom, buy me this Nendoroid, and then mom's like, $40? And we're like, $40 is nothing. Like, psh, take all my money. So yeah.
Because during the age of the garage kids,
Oh
I
yeah.
would have gotten into it if I had any artistic talent whatsoever.
Same.
So it's
Yeah.
once, you know, high quality PVCs there.
Yeah.
It would be amazing to see some of this stuff.
Yeah, so the two things I would suggest would be, first off, definitely, like I've been saying throughout the whole panel, like go to our Facebook page and just like make a post there and share that for like kind of the classic titles that you really want. And then when we do make products from classic titles, get those. So that way they can also see, oh, these classic titles are doing well. And then that's also just if we can get the license, because also the other thing that we have to keep in mind is that sometimes licenses like are just going to be impossible. So like, for example, like, you know, it'll be really difficult for us to make anything from like Macross to be worldwide because Harmony Gold and all that jazz. Yeah. We all know, but if there's fan demand and a fan response, then it gets made. Yeah. No problem.
Has there been any talk in the pipeline anywhere about Monster Musume Nendos?
I have not heard anything. I have not heard anything. That's going to be difficult. But my roommate would die.
I would die.
Yeah, my roommate would die if we made a Figma of like the Snake Girl. Like he would, oh man, he's obsessed with her, like so hard. He wanted that big comic head, like super long Dakimakura, and
he's got good taste, that's best girl.
Yeah.
But
it's funny because I like totally hate snakes, and I'm like, she's cute. But if she were real, I'd be like, whoa. Yeah, she's cute for a 2D snake.
I've got like a bit of a two-part question. First part, like I know you've got Figma Mako coming out, but I was wondering is she going to be like a test to see if Kaito and Mako still have the go? Because I know at one point, right next to Rin and Len, Senbon Sakura Kaito when his skill was announced, and then he kind of died.
They're still working on it.
Oh
Yeah.
All right, and then I know you said you have to maintain your relationship with Krypton, but like other Vocaloids like just Ia, who are really gaining traction in the West, are you looking at them any, or are you kind of just trying to stay with Krypton?
I think they are looking at it. The last time I heard, one of the companies that we work with that we distribute for Aquamarine has a they did like an Ia figure, and then they did a re-release because it was so popular. And I did hear one of the executives being like, maybe we should look into that. But that's all I heard. So it's kind of like they're thinking about it, but
yeah, a couple of my friends were like Ia Nendo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Howdy.
Stop.
One thing. Your roommate who liked that snake girl. There is a statue of her.
Yes, he's totally drooling over her, and I'm like, I'm debating getting it for him as a present. Don't tell him, guys. Don't tell my roommate. I'm a good roommate. I buy him way too many figures.
But my legit question is, since you're doing Korra, are you planning to do any like indie game characters like Shovel Knight or other Disney characters or Cartoon Network characters?
I mean, we've already done, I think. I mean, there's a whole bunch of Disney stuff that we've done, but all the Disney stuff is Japan only, because of licensing. That goes the same with like Marvel and Disney's, Marvel and Star Wars, they're all Japan only. So I know there's more Disney stuff in the pipeline, but just it wouldn't reach us out here. I mean, there's import sites you can buy them from.
Like, they wouldn't make anything from Gravity Falls, would they? Or...
You know, I've not heard anything of that, but you know, I will tell you that like the Trigger stuff, like Trigger, you know, Trigger, the animation studio, so like Good Smell owns Trigger.
Yeah.
So like we work really, really closely with them. They are obsessed with Gravity Falls. So if they push hard enough, it might happen. But if it did, it would be Japan only. Yeah.
Oh wait, are they making little Witch Academia statues?
I have not heard anything about that, but I've been pushing it so hard. Like, I know. Are you guys excited for the new season? Yes, I'm so excited for the new, nice shirt. Kickstarter shirt. Yeah.
I look at the sell sheet.
But yeah, that's all I know for that.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. What's up?
I know you guys did some stuff for Pretty Para. Is there any chance you're gonna do something for Aikatsu?
You know, I've not heard anything at this point. Yeah.
You think you can make it happen?
You can make it happen by going on our Facebook and making a post and making all your friends post about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that Nendoroids are way better than those pop things, those vinyl, whatever.
I will reserve judgment, but
I remain unbiased.
I was already biased before I worked for Good Smile Company. So, like I said, I've been working for Good Smile for 4 years, and I've been a collector for 10. So, I'm like super biased already. Good Smile was already my favorite company. But yeah, thank you. Buy more Nendoroids.
I like Nendoroids, but for the Figma, I really liked like the Lucina Figma that came out
she's
was
so
2013, 2014. It took forever. I remember looking at it like, oh, it's coming this month, it's coming next month, it's coming this year. Oh man, we're gonna get it one day. But you said they're trying to work on Nintendo stuff. What's the like? Any idea if there's like more Fire Emblem of like you can get the cast of Smash Bros and like will we fit trainer Figma? Come on.
I don't know if I can say this.
Can I
tell you guys a secret?
Wait for a smile. I mean,
Will you guys promise to not tell anybody? This doesn't leave this room. I just got an email that they were asking me what are other popular Fire Emblem characters because we would like to make more. Can you gauge what fans are thinking?
Robin, the newest.
So do me a favor. Go on the Facebook. And just write all of your favorite Fire Emblem characters in order of your most favorite to your least favorite. And then let's do this. Let's have one person make a post, and then you guys all find that post and comment on that post with your favorite Fire Emblem characters. And just be like, hey, I randomly just decided you should make more Fire Emblem characters. This has nothing to do with Otakon. Yeah, here's a list of all of my favorites. And then you guys can comment and go, here are my favorites. And then I can send that to Japan. And you guys can just do my job for me. And then that way we can know what more Fire Emblem stuff to make.
Appreciate it.
Yes.